Hey friends, Ilse here. Welcome. If you're new to me, it's nice to have you. I hope you enjoyed this mini training on rewiring and recalibrating yourself for expansion. So, contraction, also known as internal disturbance, is essentially your internal warning system. It's like an internal bell that lets you know that a limiting false program is currently running the show, that you're moving through life or through your business from a perspective of protection rather than from a paradigm of infinite possibilities. Contraction, tension, heaviness, feeling frozen, or feeling stuck in doubt and confusion is essentially there to remind you that you're believing and moving from a false belief, from a limiting sense of self-identity, rather than from the truth of who you are and from the truth of your potential. And so that's why it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good as a way to catch your attention that something is off. So if you say to yourself, for example, this is never going to work, or no one's going to pay me this much, or I'm not going to get the sales I want, or anything like that, you're going to usually have, when you believe that, there's going to be a sense of tightness, heaviness, depletion, some form of contraction in your body in response to those thoughts. And that contraction is not proof of truth. It's actually proof of falsehood. It shows up as a warning bell, as an indicator that you are currently believing a lie and that you have aligned yourself with an identity and a reality that is not anchored in truth. That's why it feels the way it feels, constricting, because you're literally constricting the flow. So contraction is not the absence of expansion, it's the covering up, the concealing of the expansion that exists just beyond your faulty conditioning or your faulty belief. It's an invitation for you to find and interrupt that false belief. So the moment you feel some degree of tightening, of heaviness, like you notice that your internal flow is constricted. You're bracing, you're armored, you're closed off, like nothing can really come out of you and nothing can come into you. You want to notice right away that that contraction is there to let you know, oh, I'm currently thinking or believing something that is untrue, that is out of alignment. There's some kind of faulty program running the show behind a curtain. And so it shows up to give you an opportunity to notice it, to pause, to look for, what am I believing? What am I thinking? What identity am I embodying right now that is not who I am? It is not the truth of what is possible. And that allows you then to unhook, to choose a different thought, to choose a different belief, to choose to come back into the truth of who you are and the truth of infinite possibilities. Because expansion is who you are, and it is what is available for you. It is what you're destined for. It's your birthright. So essentially, anytime you experience a form of contraction, it's there as a reminder that so much more is possible than your current or past experience. And it's an invitation to pause, to unhook from what's keeping you small, what's keeping your income, your visibility, your sense of sovereignty capped, to unhook from that and to re-anchor in infinite possibilities and in trust. So you want to think of contraction just kind of like hunger or thirst. it comes up as a way of reminding you that more is possible. So contraction feels bad in your body because you're actively in the process of constricting the flow of what's possible for you. And so just like hunger and thirst come up and they feel uncomfortable, they feel uncomfortable because they're there to remind you that food and water is actually available. If you did not have the ability to feel pain, to feel hunger, to feel thirst, you would die. Like you would not automatically know when to hydrate, when to shift, when to interrupt what you're doing so that you can eat something, so that you can drink something. Same thing with contraction. It's literally there as an invitation to redirect you and to shift your positioning and to shift your identity. This is why I really don't believe that contraction is in the way of the big life, the prosperous business, the wealth that you desire. It's not in the way. It's actually reminding you to expand, and it's showing you the way back to being in alignment to that. It's inviting you to reopen, to shift direction, to realign and recalibrate both your beliefs and your thoughts, but also your body and your identity to the life that you desire. Essentially, whenever you feel constricted and contracted and heavy, it's literally your body letting you know that you have come out of alignment with the big life that you desire and that you are destined for. So any kind of contraction is not an adversary. It's not an opposition to your expansion. It's actually an ally and a partner in creating expansion. Reclaiming, like shifting your perspective on your moods and your emotions, and essentially reclaiming mastery of your state, mastery of your mood, having the ability to catch yourself when you're in a downward spiral and to interrupt that and to redirect and shift your state and your mood at will is essentially how you stop outsourcing your power to authorities beyond yourself. And it's how you learn to think, to feel, to move, and to receive like a CEO. When you start to shift your perspective on contraction and you start to use it as the gift and the redirection signal that it is, literally, you no longer need external circumstances to make you feel good. You get to actually catch yourself and start feeling good from inside. You start to be able to realign with who you need to be, who you choose to be, and to feel powerful, and to feel in command, and to feel peaceful from within rather than needing external circumstances and results to make you feel a certain way. So your authority, that's what I mean when I say you stop outsourcing your power, because your sense of authority, your sense of control comes home to within you. This is the work that makes everything you do work. So welcome to your initiation into quantum expansion and the neurology, the identity, and the strategy of exponentially increasing your income and your impact, your leadership, and your receivership with ease. So if you would like to go deeper with this work, if you'd like to shift out of contraction once and for all and kind of know how to do that so that you can embody a new paradigm where being deeply regulated, relaxed, resourced, and rich is the norm, then I would love to work with you. We'll journey into quantum expansion. We'll recalibrate your body, your brain, your business for easeful growth, for impactful visibility, and for joy-filled money. It would be my great honor to put my 22 plus years of experience as a psychotherapist, a healer, an expansion expert, a strategist to work for you. If you want details on what that could look like, then check out the description of this training. In there, I give you a couple different options on how to go deeper. One is free and a couple are paid. All right. Hope this was helpful in reformatting the way you think about your emotions, about your mood, and about that sense of contraction and heaviness and doubt that can come forward in just the life of being human and being a leader and an entrepreneur. All right. Bye.